Welcome to Not Like This. Not Like This. From professional wrestling, horror films, and everything in between. Strap in. And now your hosts, Dale Zawada and Jim Snedeker Jr.
I'm watching the Bears.
Yeah?
The Bears.
I thought they lost yesterday.
No, they're going to lose tonight against the Redskins. No, they'll probably beat the Redskins.
Are they bad? The Redskins?
The Redskins are very bad. But they have Adrian Peterson, who's still alive.
What?
Isn't that a hell of a thing?
Oh, they're doing that whole past performance contract.
I guess.
We're paying you for how good you used to be.
Have you abused your children recently? All right. Run this ball, please.
Oh, man. You remember when RG3 was a thing?
I do. He's a backup somewhere, I think.
That's crazy. He was like so good for a couple of years. He's going to be the man. Nope.
Yeah,
Ouch.
see, that's why I don't buy in to anybody anymore, because it's like I've seen people fizzle out pretty quickly, and now they have this Patrick Mahomes. He's supposed to be pretty good.
That's what I hear.
You know?
He's on the,
So I gotta
on
watch
the
some of
Chefs. Kansas City
he's-
Chefs.
He's in Kansas. They're comparing him to Favre, and I'm just like, go on. It's like you're white, you don't care about interceptions, and got a deep ball. Okay, you're Brett Favre.
Is he white?
I don't know. I haven't watched those games yet, but I think I saw like a Steve Austin show commercial with him. He's like, oh God, Patrick. Well, I forgot his name already.
Mahomes?
Yeah, or maybe that was the other young one, Mayfield, Booker Mayfield.
This guy, I don't like playing the Guess My Race game, but he definitely looks non-white or partially
Wow.
white. I don't know.
I must be thinking of the other guy, Buster Mayfield.
Yeah, it's always an awkward conversation to have because you never know how it's going to go. Speaking of awkward conversations,
Yeah,
we had mentioned the last Chappelle special that came out. Well, Bill Burr had a special that just came out on Friday, I want to say, or last week sometime.
the Paper Tiger.
Yes. So
Paper Tiger.
I watched that, and I watched the Chappelle special again Friday because I was at someone's house who hadn't seen it. Then I watched them both again yesterday with my wife.
Damn.
So I've seen the Chappelle special now like 3 times, and it's still pretty good. You know, like it's hard to laugh again at a comedy special where you've seen everything recently.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
But I did. Bill Burr's was good the second time around too. But it got me thinking more about this Michael Jackson case because it's a topic of conversation in the Chappelle thing, big time. And do you know, and this is topical for other reasons, I'll get there in a second. The Michael Jackson estate, like if Michael Jackson looked at your butthole wrong or licked it or whatever, and you want to come forward, the Michael Jackson estate is like Pennywise the Clown. It's just like, it just feeds off of your trauma. And you're like, no one's gonna believe you. We're going to destroy you in public if you come out against him. But you're like, no, I can't. I have to be strong. I've got to believe in myself. But so many people probably just can't stand up to that clown that he feeds off of the accusations. He just loves it. Come a little closer. Look inside the butthole. That's what it reminded me of today. I was putting it all together. Like I can't imagine having like, let's say Michael Jackson did something to you, like molested you, and knowing that you have to face Pennywise the Clown if anyone's going to know your story. That must be what it feels like.
Yeah, it can't be easy for them.
You said it was 1992, but the room wasn't built until 1994. Why don't you come a little closer? They just want the money. Just give me them more money. Keep playing. Support Michael. Play on Spotify.
Yeah, so you're just thinking that shit, huh? Just
Yeah,
randomly at work.
Yeah, that's how my brain fires.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry
no,
for
that
my
was
brain.
yeah. Yeah, Chappelle, he talked about the Michael case in similar ways that I did, where I was just like, sometimes you just don't want to believe him. You're like, no.
Yeah, and he
There's
said, but
yeah,
even if he did, that
yeah,
part.
yeah.
Do you know what's more fucked up than that? Because he's a stand-up comic. I didn't know this at the time, but Barbara Streisand tweeted some stuff that said, I'm paraphrasing, but if you look it up, it's pretty close to what I'm saying. She said like he Michael Jackson he liked what he liked, and look at them, they got wives and kids now. It's not like they're dead.
Jesus, Barbara.
She had to reel that one back in like she was fly fishing. Like, oh shit, pull it, get it in. No, I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Like, wait a minute.
Some Dramamine before the flight.
Yeah, you're not a comedian. You're not a stand-up comic. I think you're just scared. That's how scary Pennywise the Clown is. She's like, come on, guys, molesting. What? I don't want to look at him.
You once went to dinner with some of these guys.
Are you going to turn your back on us now, Barbara? I just don't have any friends. Everyone thinks I molested people. Come a little closer, Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara. So I'm glad she's back in the news. Yeah, because there's another one. Joan Rivers. Who's the one of the...
She's dead. She's been dead for a minute.
Who's on The View? Who's that one?
I don't... Barbara Walters?
Barbara Walters.
Or she was. Is she still alive? She was on
Barbara
The View.
Walters. She had connections to that fucking billionaire sex traffic guy that killed himself.
Right.
Like she had some close ties with him, and she's said some shit in the past where it's just like, nah, what's wrong? Because she knows she ain't facing that Pennywise, Jim.
She doesn't want to look it in the eye.
She's all in.
Come down here. Come down here. We all float down here, Barbara. Yeah, I don't want to. That's scary. But he doesn't scare me. I'll talk about him right here on the podcast. But that's what it is. It's just this giant machine of crushing any opposition or any sort of... Like, you can't even tell your story. It's like, look, you lied in 1987 about wearing Nikes you had Reeboks on. What else did you lie about? Like, Jesus Christ.
And it's like, no one's going to like you anymore. Everyone loves Michael.
Everyone loves Michael. They're not going to believe you.
You're going to have to delete your Twitter.
Yeah. That scares Barbara Walters.
Mm-hmm.
He liked what he liked. Really? So yeah, that was something I was sort of I felt like I had dealt with and accepted and put away for never to have to talk about again. And then I watched the Chappelle show special two more times, and I'm like, oh God. And that's all I can think about again, all over again. Good specials, though.
Yeah.
Coming in hot. Oh, they're coming in hot.
Chappelle's got 8 of them now in 2 years. I'm like, hang on. Let me watch them.
Right. He has a bunch. He has so many that Chris was like, no, we watched this in Florida. I said, no, we didn't. It came out 2 weeks ago. Another one. Yeah, this is a different one that you haven't seen. And she just said, what is he wearing? I'm like, I think he's a Ghostbuster. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's got that fucking Michael Myers shit. It's weird because he's swole, so it's like he's covering it all up.
Yeah, he actually looks weird in that. He looks like frumpy. But when he just has a shirt on, he looks swole.
Yeah.
But no one looks good in a jumpsuit. Like that. One of those.
Aren't those what rompers are? Aren't those just fashionable little fucking jumpsuits?
Yeah, I guess so. There's something about the way the back connects. It goes from the back straight down to your leg, and there's no hip or waist definition on one of those mechanics coveralls things. Yeah. So you're you can't tell if he's in shape or not, even though we know he is.
He fucking is.
How are the Packers doing? How are the
There
Packers
we
doing?
go. Packers are doing great. 3-0 to start. It's a long
goodness.
season, but that's a very good start. Some division wins in there. Slapped the Bears a little bit, slapped the Vikings a little bit, destroyed the Broncos the other night. It was a good time. Loving the defense. The new coach is doing great. He said, Aaron, here's some freedom. Do what you want. And Aaron's like, I'm going to throw this fucking ball for a lot of yards and points now.
Good analysis.
They're getting into a fucking rhythm. It's nice. The defense is not. Everything's just.
Now, do they have to do better than 9-7, or just get to 9-7 for the payday?
Oh, from that payday, I'm not even thinking about that. But yeah, they just got to hit the 9.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's
got
three. You got 3 gimmies right there. Right, the nice little padding to start you off.
It's nice.
No holes to dig out of.
It's going to be interesting watching the Bears because the defense is it's top 5, probably top 3, maybe top 1. But that offense and Coach Nagy, I don't think they're the answer. And it's always interesting to watch. Even this one against the Redskins, because it's Monday night. That's when we record. Bears defense got like a pick 6. So the defense has 7 points. The offense has 0 points. It's going to be a long year is all.
Yeah, 06 Bears got to the Super Bowl with the defense scoring most of the points.
True that.
That's probably not true statistically, but it felt like that every game. Special teams and defense will be 2/3 of the points.
The old Devin Hester Urlacher days.
Yeah. Peanut.
Yeah. Man.
Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Is he not already in the Hall of Fame?
Peanut Tillman?
Yeah, he should be.
He should be, right?
He should
Hall
be.
of
I don't
Fame
see why
worthy.
not. I mean, yeah, he definitely should be. The numbers alone, plus all the beyond that impact.
I think
fucking changed the game. He's like, guys, what you should be doing is punching the fuck out of this football.
Punch this ball, guys.
Why are you tackling his? No, the ball's up here. Punch the fuck out of this football.
So you're saying,
and then we get it.
If we just take the ball, it's ours again, right? And now, like, what if I punch it out and then someone just runs all the way into their end zone with our ball? We score, right? But we can do that on defense? Why don't we just do that?
I know punching a player is a penalty, but can I punch the football? Oh,
the rule book, there's no rule against it. I guess you're allowed to.
I'm going to punch the fuck out of the football. Man, he was great. I hated playing against him. You knew it was coming, and there it was, but it was always acceptable because it was that motherfucker.
It was not. It's sort of like Devin Hester returning kicks. Like there's not really anyone that did it quite like he did it. Just Devin Hester's got the bigger numbers. Like they're like people care more about touchdowns.
Oh, we're gonna do a squib. He still ran that one, didn't he?
And then he would do dumb shit, but it was just part of the gamble. Like, I'm just gonna run sideways for a while, and you're like, you're still running sideways. Now you're running backwards. Oh shit! But then every once in a while, he's running sideways and then touchdown.
He had the opening kick in the Super Bowl. Did he run one back?
Yes, he did.
Fucking nuts. Like, that's the cherry on top of that career.
Yeah. Do it in the Super Bowl.
Opening kick. Yeah, I'm legit. It's like, hey, I heard this Devin Hester guy's pretty good at returning kicks. Oh, here we go. Oh, all right. Okay, apparently he is. Man.
It's always harder for me to pick out Hall of Fame players mostly because I don't watch football, but for football, because there's so many roles and a lot of them are important. Whereas it's easy when some guy hits like 600 home runs, you're like, well, yeah, he goes in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it. Some guy scores 40 points a game for 20 years. You're like, yeah, I guess he's got to go in the Hall of Fame. But with football, it's like the careers are shorter, so sometimes people just have a long career and they stack up numbers.
That's very true.
A lot of beatings those people take.
There's like that one guy, on the Patriots, just because he's always Amidala, I think it was. But
Queen?
yeah, but he's been around so long, not really doing all that much. But clutch plays here and there. But just because he's there, he has so many postseason records with Brady.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Like, who has the most postseason? This and that. You wouldn't think he'd be the answer, but because of the longevity, it is him.
Is Tom Brady ever gonna stop playing?
The vampire? No, I think he's going to keep going.
Like, we'll have to. I don't mean we. I mean as a society. Like, someone will have to put him down, right? Like, he's not just gonna retire. Someone's gonna have to like.
You got to send Keanu Reeves, John Wick at him.
Yeah, something to that effect. Maybe some hungry dogs in the night. I don't know. A wild boar catches him in the bathroom. Some tragic accident will have to befall him, and then we'll be talking about, well, how many more years would he have played? How many more Super Bowls would he have had? Like Ted Williams when he went to the war. I was like, man, he could have hit 900 home runs, but he fought so many Nazis.
Really? That's an interesting story.
Oh yeah, Ted Williams. I want to say he missed. I always forget if it's 4 or 5, or if it's like 4 and some change. But he served in World War II and the Korean War, so he missed like 5. Not just 5 years of playing time, like 5 in the middle of his prime years, like 5 seasons that he didn't play. Now, I'm sure other guys did too, but they also weren't Ted Williams. He ended up hitting 5 something. And I think I crunched the numbers. And I'm like, let's say he hits 30 home runs a season for these seasons he missed. And he's like in 700 plus territory. So he'd be like one of 4 guys to ever do that. He's the last guy to hit 400, and he missed.
Are there any feature films about this gentleman? This sounds like a great story that I'd love to see on the big screen.
I don't think so, because apparently he was a giant dickhead.
Oh, no.
I mean, not to me, but like, I guess he didn't like the fans in Boston, and they didn't like him.
That's all right.
And they never won a World Series, the Boston drought that lasted for a long time. But I think they kissed and made up in like 99 when he was like 170 years old. His head was already partially frozen because he was about to die. His head's frozen.
Okay.
I didn't know if you knew that story. He,
is that some Futurama shit?
Yeah, that's like some Walt Disney. What? Yeah, I'm old now, but they're gonna figure this age thing out. So freeze my head, and then when they do, thaw it out and put it on a robot body, because I know baseball like nobody's business. Like, I don't know. Like, when robots become legal in the MLB, unfreeze my head and put it on a robot.
So where the fuck is his head right now?
I guess there's some company that will cryogenically freeze you if you're rich enough.
God damn.
But I'm pretty sure that's not an urban legend. I want to say he really is legit frozen, like Forever Young style, just in case they figure some shit out. Like Mr. Freeze's wife.
You can't say it like that. He's not frozen.
His head.
What's left of his fucking face meat is frozen.
Well, his brain in there. It's like, freeze my brain so you can put it in a robot. Because he'd say it like that. He's old. Robot.
The company will freeze either your whole body or
yeah.
it's for real.
Yeah, it's for real. My wife, who's a scientist, just confirmed that company will freeze either just your head or your whole entire body.
So you can't just do heart?
You can't do you wouldn't want to freeze your heart.
I want to freeze my heart.
But
that cold heart.
But your heart doesn't have your memories in it.
That's true.
You wouldn't remember winning $50 from JD.
Just a couple months away from that. Jim, I've got some headlines here that I think you're gonna love.
I want to hear him. Let me hear him.
Rob Zombie
Yeah.
says making the Halloween movies was a miserable experience.
Oh, good. Watching them was too.
Yeah, isn't that's the best joke to ever write itself?
Isn't it?
Why would he? Why would he ever fucking say that?
And I've only
You-
watched. I don't know anyone that's watched. Have you seen the second one?
I've seen bits and pieces.
I don't think anyone's ever seen it all the way through to this day.
Yeah. Well, he didn't even want to do that one, according to this fucking article. But he's a sellout, so he did it.
I mean,
Does it show?
I ain't mad at him. It'd be hard to pass up money like that.
Why would you get hot? It's like, hey, I love this horror franchise. I'm getting the opportunity to remake it. They let me remake it. Okay, you're gonna let me remake. We're gonna do a sequel too. Like most people would be begging for that. It's like you made this bed. Like you're the guy for this, so you did it to yourself.
It's like, but I only had enough to make that first one really good.
Mm,
No, disagree.
let's get a horse. It needs more horses.
Our friend Mike, I finally got him, convinced him to watch Halloween 2018, and he liked it. He's not a big horror movie fan either, but he's sort of been forced by proxy to watch a bunch of the Halloween movies because he's been my friend for so long. It's just it's going to happen, you know.
You're gonna get that
You're going to get it.
osmosis.
And he agrees with me when I told him, well, just watch it because it's the second best Halloween movie. Do you agree with me? Or do you still think, I don't know if we're divided on this. Because I like Halloween 2. It's,
Oh, you're thinking Halloween 2 actually takes the rank of 2 with me? I don't. That's not the case.
I think 2018 is the second best Halloween movie.
Yeah, it's 78, then 2018,
Yeah.
then Halloween 2, and then the fucking order that we all know.
3.
That we all know and
I
love.
would say 3. 3 after 2 now that I'm looking back on it.
Yeah, probably 3.
Fondly. It's that season coming up, Halloween season. I can't wait. You sent me a little clip. Yes, Jason does indeed work like Orange Cassidy in that scene, at least for sure. Just very lazily shoots her with the harpoon thing and just sort of drops it like he doesn't even want to have it in his hand. Like when you're trying to get a little kid to do a chore and they just sort of fish on you and just flop. He just sort of drops it like, whoops, how'd that get in my hand? And they just slowly turns and like shuffles away like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, that's just, I gotta throw that on Instagram because that is too much.
The laziest looking murder.
Could you imagine like watching that scene after watching a bunch of Orange Cassidy highlights, which is what happened because I'm always watching me some OC highlights, and I'm just like, holy shit!
Aren't they just
He
lights?
shuffles about.
They just
That's true.
lights of Orange Cassidy.
This motherfucker, Orange Cassidy, the hands in the jeans pocket guy, did a dive
Don't say it.
from the balcony. From the balcony at a PWG show.
With his hands in his pockets.
With his hands in his pockets, because that's how he does it.
God,
Very
damn,
dangerous.
That's a commitment right there.
That's a lot of faith.
I'm gonna die as this character in the ring.
Fuck. I've seen the screen grabs. I haven't seen the video. I can't fucking wait to see this. Orange Cassidy. What a character. Love it. Love it.
Lazy Jason. Somebody sent me a GIF of
Oof.
Jason Takes Manhattan, where he's walking past the chick on the subway and just shoves her out of the way, and she does this like crazy bump off the side of the subway car. But there's another stunt person playing, a lady sitting down to catch her. So when you watch the little clip, you see the catch, like it's obvious.
Oh, really?
Like the fall is really good, but you can tell because this lady that catches her completely doesn't sell any of it. She's just like looking blankly at the person that she's going to catch.
She's focused on the catch.
But she has no reaction when she catches her. Like, oh my goodness, what is happening? She's just like, catch you. I'll send it to you.
She's a stunt person. She is a stunt person. She is not an actress.
Right.
She was paid to catch that woman. It sounds like she did a hell of a fucking job.
Caught her.
That's Better than some of these fucking guys I'm watching on Monday nights.
The more I watched
Miz.
it, the more I realized, God, they got so much petroleum jelly on him to make him look wet perpetually. What were they going for? Is what I can't figure out. Are you trying to tell me he's still wet from being?
Yes. Water.
He's been out of the water for 3 hours. He can't still be sopping wet like that.
He's sludgy.
Like he looks like he's Hulk Hogan covered in baby oil. Like he's just slippery. He just looks like a piece of seaweed.
Looks like old Greg from that fucking YouTube video back in the day. Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it just looks like he doesn't even look like his shirt's made of cloth anymore. It's like a leaf. It's like a wet rainforest tree. I can't even tell what I'm watching.
Some real interesting looks with this character over the years. Still better than Jacket. Still better than fucking Winter Jacket.
Don't fucking get me started on that bullshit.
Mm-mm.
The whole look of that is just hot trash, garbage. Trash. So you've been watching a lot of this wrestling here. Is it on TNT yet? AEW or not?
AEW?
October?
No, it's October 3rd or 4th or whatever.
Oh, that's coming up close.
Oh yeah, it's a couple weeks away. WWE has their counter programming NXT. That's going to be on USA.
What's Blowback? What's it called? NXT Ram Job.
I think it's just called NXT.
Oh, that's interesting. It's like if they had a show just called WWE.
Well, I mean they've had NXT for years. I think it's just called NXT. I believe their pay-per-views have names, but well, that's what some people were thinking with AEW. Are they just going to be called AEW on TNT? But no, they're
Monday
AEW.
Nitro.
It just said the Dynamite, Tuesday Night Dynamite. It's like, okay, all right.
Okay, yeah, they're going old school.
Easier. Yeah. It just would have been easier. It's like, hey, what are you watching? It's AEW on TNT. It's like now you got this Dynamite going on, which is just like a wink for like 55 people.
Right. Yeah, that's Monday Nitro. You can just say Nitro. Monday Night Raw, people just say Raw. Tuesday Night Dynamite. What do you gotta at least say Dynamite.
Dynamite.
I'm watching Dynamite.
Next week on Dynamite. That doesn't really roll off the tongue.
It's weird, isn't it? On Dynamite.
It's not great. Yeah. Last week on Dynamite, we saw the champion. It wasn't terrible.
You can't even do the letters either. TND. That doesn't flow.
Hashtag TND. They're going to try to get that going. Hashtag Dynamite.
That's probably already a hashtag, I'm guessing. Pretty popular one, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I don't think you can own a hashtag. You just.
I know you can't own. I know you can't own it,
going.
but you might get trending for the wrong reasons. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what if someone blows somebody up? I don't know.
Yeah, it's in this day and age that you don't want to see that in your Twitter feed. Dynamite. Oh shit.
You know what? Do you think we were talking about this hashtags and you don't want to send the wrong message online on Instagram, on Twitter? Do you think this the canceling, you know how someone says something bad on Twitter a long time ago and then their shit is they're done?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to get mixed up with this. What if there's a school explosion caused by dynamite? And does anyone realize that like nobody really knows about these things until they get like dredged up again? Is anyone aware of this? I feel like there's just too many old people that don't understand social media and how the internet works. And they hired like some 30-year-old alcoholic to be their social He's my social guy. He does all our social. And those people don't really know what they're doing, right? It's not like a real job. Like Twitter's not even people don't even use Twitter anymore.
You're just winging it.
Like you're drudging up shit from 2010 when Twitter was a thing. So many old people. They're like, oh, we're going to die a slow death because there's a hashtag and somebody made a joke. Nobody looks on Twitter for shit like that. It's just the news. It's just the short news now.
It's the little news.
Trump says dumb thing. Hashtag dumb thing.
Hashtag little news.
Will Twitter ever go away, though?
I don't know. Maybe Vine died, and I never would have predicted that.
But did Twitter own that? Wasn't that like, didn't someone else have that? Wasn't someone else in charge of Vine?
Probably. I think there was a parent company. But you just have these successful apps, and you're like, how are they ever going to go away? You know, like Tout. It's like,
What? I don't know
how
what
does
that is.
happen?
Is that a joke?
No, it was like a video Twitter. It's like
Oh.
little
And then they just
10-second
started.
clips or something.
Then Twitter's like, why don't we
30
just let people put videos up?
Yep. Killed that.
I remember being the old person. I remember the first person I knew that was on that I don't even want to say was on Twitter because they had to describe to me what it even was. So I wasn't like, oh, I've heard of this Twitter. You're on that? This person told me like, it's called Twitter. And what you do is, I'm like, so you just say like woke up, drank coffee? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. You just do stuff and I said, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. No one is ever gonna use this. I was wrong. And that's when I realized, and I was young for an old person. I was in my early 20s, mid-20s, early 20s. I'm like, this is not gonna catch on, this Twitter thing. No one gives a shit that you just tied your shoes and took a big shit. No one. That's what it was in the beginning. Like I'm looking at this guy's Twitter feed, and I'm like, okay, so what do you do? And he's like, yeah, and I follow other people. And I said, what did they post about? It wasn't like, well, journalists post these links to little short links to art. Like none of that was out yet. He's like, well, this other person went to the store today, bought eggs. I was like, are you fucking serious? This is what you're doing with this at the time really expensive smartphone data? You know, like you're just reading about people read a book and it was good. What the fuck are you doing? You're dumb. You're an early adopter of this dumb shit no one's ever going to adopt. I was wrong.
You were wrong.
I'm going to eat that one.
I use Twitter mostly for complaining about Mike McCarthy and the Packers on Sundays. That's what I used to do, and I was like, I'm bored of this now, and I haven't really used Twitter for years. It feels like every now and then I'll throw something on there, but like I don't use Twitter. Plus, it's just the fucking worst.
Yeah, and I feel like the big corporations are always like 5 things behind. So I will tweet at them when they screw up like my cable bill or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got Susie. She's 32. She went to college. She had fun there. She drinks a little bit on the weekends. She runs our social.
She's gonna say, "DM me the details. Sorry that happened."
The deets. It's just brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah.
I really feel like they're investing so much into these big companies. They probably have these big departments now just for social media. Just for people to tweet things for them, and
I know a lot of money goes into it.
It's just
like
going to go away
advertising.
one day. There'll be a new thing, is what I'm saying. Like, it won't go away, but
what's that going to be, though? That's going to be
I
good.
can't predict it because I'm like the last 3. I'm like, TikTok? What? That isn't going to catch on. Snapchat? What? That's dumb.
What?
Whatever happened to just picking up the old telephone, you know?
What? Speaking of old school, Sylvester Stallone wants to make a Tango and Cash sequel with Kurt Russell.
Oh, God, please, please.
He wants to do it. According to this article at comicbook.com. Kurt
Got
doesn't
in
really
early on the internet on that one.
yeah, that's the fucking number one. I'm gonna get comicbook.com.
Internet.com.
Hey, let me get this one too. Comicbooks.com.
Oh shit.
But yeah, Kurt Russell basically thinks they're kind of both too old, and Sylvester Stallone's like, no, they'll love it, and so he's still trying to win Kurt over. But I'd love to see it. I hope he wins. I hope he convinces him. That'd be fucking awesome.
This is gonna be a Netflix movie, right? There's no way.
No, Sylvester Stallone doesn't do Netflix movies.
Really? I mean, I know they don't come out on Netflix. They probably should, though, right? Did the last Rambo make money? The newest one?
I think like the one that just came out like this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love some of the reviews are really entertaining. A friend of mine, you know him, John. He listens to the show. He read me some snippets of a review of it, and it was hilarious. Because, it's a Rambo movie. It's pretty dog shit. And there's like, it's not even a movie. It's just gratuitous horror, revenge porn. I'm like, sounds great. And that made us go on YouTube and watch the final battle from the last Rambo movie from like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Where the battle starts with him just taking his big knife and lopping someone's head off. And he like shoots people in half. It looks like some Team America shit, but it was like a serious action movie sequence. Like he's just blowing people in half with this gun, blowing their legs off. He runs out of bullets once, but there's more bullets. He hooks a new box of bullets up to this giant gun. Just shreds all these people. Oh my goodness gracious. And I'm like, well, it can't be worse than this. Did this guy not know about this one? Because this one's pretty over the top. Pretty over the top.
People seem to like it. 85% audience score. 28% critics.
That's pretty crazy. 85% audience score for Rambo.
Yeah.
The people are still out there.
Yeah.
They still love what he represents.
That's what it is.
Murdering people. That's it. There's nothing. There's no more. There's no punchline after that. Look, why don't you get out of it? I still don't get it. I still don't get First Blood. I went back, watched it as an adult. I don't understand it.
The inciting incident?
Yeah, he's just like, look, you get out of here, you see? You're one of them veterans.
He's like, I'm fucking trying to. I'm trying to.
Yeah, you get the fuck out of this town, or I'm going to get you out of this town. He's like, I'd like to be out of this town. We're going to go hunt you in the woods. Whoops, this helicopter crashed. Like, I don't... None of it makes sense. They're just like, hey, you got that fucking... You got this jacket on. Get out of here, you see? Like, was that what it was really like after Vietnam? Although that doesn't take place after Vietnam. It takes place like in 1980 when it occurs, right?
I don't think so. I think he's just come back. I think that's part of the story.
That's what I thought, but how do they do the second one? Do they freeze him?
He's crying at the end. He's giving his big speeches about war and people spitting on him. Man,
it's just weird. Just Brian Dennehy right off the bat. That's the sheriff, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Just, you know what? You know we can't have your kind around here. Get people with jackets on? You get this right out of my town, you see? Can you imagine that now? Like a white small town sheriff being like, fuck you, veteran. Get out of here. Never happen.
Yeah, you wouldn't see that.
No. He'd have a parade. They're like, can you kill a couple people for the kids at the parade, just like you did in the war?
Yay! Cut his ear off.
My, how times have changed, Dale. They are changing. They're changing. But it's called Last Blood, right? So that means...
Yeah, which I think is a great title.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be...
I love that title.
Be the last one. It's got to be.
Last or
Last.
Blast. But wait, there's more blood.
They'll probably make another
Rambo.
Die Hard, won't they?
Rambo, Surprise Blood. I mean,
I always
nothing stopped them yet.
I always lose track. Like they did Die Hard 4. That was with the guy from the Mac commercials and Kevin Smith. And then they made 2 more after that, or 1 more?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like
Live Free. I don't know.
It's like trying to figure out the Hellraisers that were direct to video.
Yeah, it's not worth your fucking time.
You're like, yeah, there was 4 that came out at the show, and then how many more times did they make a Hellraiser movie with
like
Doug Bradley in it?
I'm not gonna let that occupy my brain space. That fucking knowledge.
Speaking of Halloween and scary movies,
yeah,
we've talked about. I think we've talked about this a little bit, but what do you think would have to happen to not only get a Monster Squad, either a sequel or a reboot, but get some licenses in place? And our Dracula is Freddy, and we've got Jason and Chucky and some of these other people. Like a modern twist on it. They're the classics now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to deal with the licenses in the other one because those are like folk tales, you know?
Well, you'd that parent company would have to fucking own them, like Marvel style. It's like, well, we own all these characters because we own the main company that has the fucking characters, and we'll just rent Spider-Man because fuck Sony. But yeah, a lot of like they can't even work out deals amongst themselves, like within their own camp. Like with Friday the 13th, they're gonna work with other fucking companies and do crossover shit. Like their heads would explode.
Yeah. Then you know what? Just give me any Monster Squad sequel. I don't know if I want a remake. I want the old people to be old. I like the sequel these days more than the remake. And that's why Tango and Cash would work. I don't know how big it would be. Probably wouldn't make a ton of money.
I don't think it would. It would have to get that almost ironic nostalgia bump.
There's no way I wouldn't see it, though. There's no way I wouldn't see it. I know Kurt Russell's been in some there's been some Tarantino movies I haven't seen at the theater that I said I was going to see, and I don't. But that movie, there's no way I wouldn't go see it.
Yeah.
And there might... Maybe that's too... In its day, it was like a bigger movie than Big Trouble in Little China, for sure. But it doesn't have the cult classic status. Like, it's not weird enough.
I wouldn't even be mad if they even went more of a comedic route with it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be easy to do. It was pretty funny in general.
Intense. Yeah. Like lean into that. Kurt Russell, charming guy. Stallone, he's good at what he does.
You're not bumping uglies with my sister. Bring Terry Hatcher back.
Oh my God, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know what? Sly needs to get her on board because she'll be like, "Yes, please, can we do this?" Love to get a check. I shouldn't have said that. Was rude. I'm sorry, Terry. Please forgive me. We'll talk about this over dinner.
Tango and Cash.
It is a weird. Do you think he just wants to work with Kurt Russell again? Because it's like a weird franchise to bring back all of a sudden. It wasn't even a franchise.
Well, they were talking about a lot of his work, Sylvester Stallone, because they're remaking Rambo. So it's like, well, we're retrudging that, you know, and fucking Robert Rodriguez is remaking Stallone's Cobra. So they're kind of going through his filmography, what can we make here? So Sly doesn't give a fuck. He's going through his movies himself saying, you know, what can we do here? Oh, I could work with Kurt again. That'd be a fucking dream. And hell yeah, like if I was Sylvester Stallone and that was my current plan, like milk the 80s and 90s, what can we do? I'd be like, yeah, let's do the Kurt Russell one because that was hilarious and fun then. Let's do it again. Because you're not going to we're going to remake Judge Dredd. We're going to try that again. No.
Yeah, and they've already remade it, and it's it's like too many things to work out there, too.
Yeah.
Demolition Man, though?
Oh! Oh, but Wesley Snipes is dead, isn't he?
I'm relatively sure he's not dead, but I'm not sure enough to not look it up on Wikipedia right now. Oh my god.
I thought.
I know he needs a check.
He's 57, alive and kicking. 57.
Oh my, he's 57. They reboot Passenger 57 with him at 57 years old. Come on.
And there's 57 passengers. And the plane number's 5757.
Oh, it's all 23.
Too much marzipan. Oh, fuck. I'm glad Wesley Snipes is still around. That must not be doing too much these days, though.
They could do it.
That'd be fun.
In 2010, Snipes began serving a 3-year prison sentence for misdemeanor failure to file U.S. federal income tax returns. He was released in 2013. He had to serve the whole 3 years for not paying taxes?
Damn, Nick Cage, consider yourself
Well,
blessed.
he probably got on a payment plan. Like Wesley probably tried. Wesley was probably like, hey, just hold on. Government, hold on. Wait right there. Let me get a couple more movies in the bank. Anything. I'll do anything. Just need a check. And I will get on a payment plan. And he was like, hey, movie producers, I need a... Hello? Hello? Oh, shit. I guess I burned those bridges. Yep, I guess I'm going to jail.
Going to jail. Yeah,
Like
fuck.
From what I've heard, rumor-wise, like notoriously was a giant dickhead on the Blade, the last Blade movie.
Yeah, he never really... There weren't many positive stories about Wesley Snipes, really.
So
Intense man. But yeah, fucking give me Passenger 57. Give me Demolition Man. That'd be cool. And I do hope Wesley Snipes has a cameo in the new Blade. Like, you have to. Unless he's like currently in jail. Then you can't.
No, he got out in 2013. But here's the thing. After you go to jail, I bet you still owe him the money, right?
Well,
Like,
what the fuck's the point?
I mean, but think about it. If you're the government, you're like, wait a minute. I got to pay to put him in jail because he won't pay me the money he owes me? How does that get me my money?
Like, I know we got to spend money to make money, but hang on.
Like, what is
spending
he just...
money?
If you think about it, how much did he owe in taxes? Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, he went to jail for the misdemeanor charge of failing to file.
Oh.
So I don't think that means he just doesn't owe them taxes anymore. Because these days, people would just be signing up for jail. Like, you tell me I just go to jail and I get out and I'm debt free to the government for
That's
these
true.
taxes I didn't pay?
That's true.
Let's do it.
Yep. Like, I'll take that bump. Throw me off the cage. Worth it.
Yeah, there's a threshold of worth it, not worth it. And like, imagine if you could do that with like the bank. You're like, oh, I owe $200,000 on this house. It's worthless now.
Isn't this just called military service?
No, because they don't.
It's like
That doesn't just absolve you of debts.
It's like a prison that fucking teaches you guns. But you don't have to worry about housing and anything like that.
Oh no, sure, yeah. But I'm saying, let's say you've already bought the house, you owe the money, you don't have the money.
Then you say, put me in for 3.
Yeah, like, but
give me that 3 card.
But
punch,
who benefits from that? Nobody really. Unless you are a mortgage company to start buying prisons, then you make some money.
There it is.
That's the long play. That's the long con right there.
How much is Wesley Snipes worth? Estimated net worth of $10 million. Okay.
You
Don't know
know
if that's up to date, but... Oh, wait, hang on. How much is Wesley Snipes worth in 2019? Estimated $12 million. So...
There's a guy. There are people who, like, their net worth is like negative billions of dollars. like the Wall Street guys that got put in jail, like the two of the thousands of them that actually got caught. You look on Wikipedia, their net worth is like negative $20 billion. They robbed so many people blind. Oh, I don't know why I'm laughing. People killed themselves over that shit. That's the thing. Listen up, everyone. Times can get tough out there. Things can get depressing. But don't ever let a financial situation make you want to kill yourself. Like, ideally, perfect world, no one ever wants to kill themselves, right? But there's some things you just can't avoid. You lose a loved one or whatever. It's going to make you feel that way. But, man, over debts, over money, like, just not worth it. It's just paper. We just made that shit up. Don't ever get so depressed about money that you want to end your life. This is now, I think because I said that, we're nominated for a grant or some sort of award.
Yeah,
at the
check,
end of this.
please.
Yeah, we get something for me making this a public health, what would you call it? PSA?
The little soliloquy of the year.
Yeah, don't kill yourself. Don't do that. There you go.
My
Giving
favorite
back.
post. My favorite post. Not over that. There are other things, but not this one.
I wasn't saying. I know. I prefaced it even harder and said, "You never, come on. No one wants to kill themselves." But I understand if you get super depressed about something that just any human being would. Like a meteor hits your house and kills everyone in your family but you. Like, it's going to be hard to tell that person, just chin up. Everything is going to turn around. Like, it's not. But money, it's never anything to. Come on.
Yeah,
we got you. We'll pick each other up together by our bootstraps of each other. This has been an interesting little 5 minutes of the episode here.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley
Sometimes you just got to let them go.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the opposite of that. You don't want to let them go. You want to pull them in. Give them a hug. Tell them everything's going to be all right, Dale. You're sending the wrong message.
Right.
It's not about letting go. It's about giving in. I mean, it's about
giving in to love.
It's love. It's about loving. Love. It's about love.
Oh man, this was a fun episode. I didn't have a lot of notes and whatnot that I normally do because I was getting ready for tomorrow's episode that we're recording because Jim and I were always recording some special exclusives for you.
Exclusives. We're just gonna call them exclusives now.
Yeah, because
you never know.
You never know where we're gonna put them.
Hey, we dropped the P word a while ago, but you never know. We might make it easier for you.
Do you want to be a patron? It's so patronizing to be called that.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to do that to you, but we're exploring some options, extra content, which is an option, which will be an option for you. The show's always going to be there, of course.
Yeah, you're going to get it one way or another. We'll find a way to get it to you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else before we plug it up, Jim?
I've got a plug. So no, other than the plug that I have, I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else. Jamie Lee Curtis is hyped about the Halloween sequels. She's like, they're going to be fucking good. Ultra violent, I think is what she said. Here it is. And then the last movie is the sort of cultural phenomenon of violence. That's what the third movie ultimately is. A very powerful examination of violence. So that's going to be the third movie.
That sounds scary.
That sounds really scary.
Like, I just imagine like the whole town just killing each other in the streets.
Cultural phenomenon of violence. Well then.
Well, thanks for that, Jamie Lee.
Yeah. Fucking David Gordon Green was like, hey, Jamie, you want to shut up just maybe a little bit? Just a little bit, though.
Look, the fact that she's excited about it and they're doing 2 more, I couldn't ask for anything more than what I'm getting right now. This is an amazing time for me as a Halloween fan.
David Gordon Green wanted one of the trailers to have like a little featurette on Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, I don't think people are gonna know who she is, so we should probably tell the audience.
Why don't we
who she
reshoot
is.
a scene from Trading Places? We'll reshoot a little bit of A Fish Called Wanda just to give people a little sense of who she is. We'll redo a True Lies. I thought that was going to be funnier. I'm sorry. I can't. Most of them don't land.
Let me get my plugs out of the way. Instagram at Dale Zawada. YouTube /Dale Zawada. I'm going to be doing some fun stuff on there down the road here. I got to get some more items for my collection. Some content will be coming your way.
You can follow me on Instagram at James JR Music. You can follow me on Facebook at James JR Songs. You can also follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/DadBodLive. DadBod is a 90s acoustic alternative cover band thing that I'm in. We have a show coming up on Friday, October 4th at Hailstorm Brewery.
It's very brewy.
Hailstorm Brewing Company in Tinley Park. We've been there before. We always love going out to Hailstorm. They have great beer.
What's the date on that one?
Friday, October 4th.
All right, turn the page there. October 4th. There we go. Sweet. Ooh, The Exorcist is showing that day as well.
Oh, that's pretty freaking sweet.
That's pretty sweet. Now we're going to go to the brewery.
When you come see us at the brewery. We're going to call them breweries now.
Yeah. It's like, which one of these breweries you playing this weekend?
Are you trying to say brewery? No. Brewery.
That's going to do it for episode 90. Thanks for listening. I'm Sylvester Stallone.
And I'm Wyatt Earp.
I was waiting for that Pennywise callback so hard.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And I'm the estate of Michael Jackson. Would you come a little closer with your accusation? Let me just read this over.